before Ed joined us, we had good assistants, and then Ed Tapia joined our team. And, Ed was more than just an assistant. Ed was a member of the team from the get-go. It's just a different way of operating. Anyway, so Ed's story is, in and of itself, you want to know how to break into show business? Listen to Ed. Ed retold the story the other day in this week's podcast about Slash. And because Ed was really the one who got us Slash. I think Ed had become aware that he was a huge fan of the show, that he just loved the show. And I think it was one of the crew was friendly with him on some level and said, he's a real big fan of the show. He'd love to be on the show, is how it was put to Ed. And Ed said, oh, cool. And I think then he was given a phone number, said, yeah, if you call this number, you can set up a meeting. And he called the number and it's Slash. And so he's talking to Slash about being in Tales from the Crypt. So, Ed was looking to set up a meeting for sometime in the future. He wanted to come that day.
Oh, wow. He was eager.
And we were just about to start shooting the episode that he's in.
Oh. And
we kind of said, and he just seemed so eager to do it. We thought, oh, cool. And we were doing a rock and roll episode. That was about to come up. And so we said, hey, man, we're going to cast in the episode. We're going to write you a part. And so we wrote that part specifically for him.
Nice. Okay.
And it had to do with the fact that because he wanted to be in the show, he was such a fan that we just, okay, man, hey, synergy. So he really only worked, he only worked for 2 days, but he wanted to be there the whole time.
Well, that's cool.
And so he was there even on the days that he wasn't working because he just wanted to feel part of the larger creation, which of course he was. He just wanted to be able to soak in every last bit of it. And he was, like I said, he was lovely. He was a joy to have on the set because he enjoyed the experience so much. It's when you do a show for a long time, even a show that you love doing, like Tales from the Crypt, it's a job. And, sometimes you forget what a special experience it is. And so it was great to be reminded by a guy who, look, this guy lives a rock and roll life. There are so many people aspire to what he does, and he aspired to be to a degree to what we were doing.
Right.
And so everyone is really looking for somewhere else for their satisfaction. In a way, no one's really happy with what they got. They're always looking for, what else is there? What else is there?
You're right.
It's one of those strange things about us human beings. It's what makes it so much fun to write about. We're such a mess.
That's
almost
why I love
beyond
horror.
the reach of therapy and medication.
Oh, I'm on both.
And I say that as someone who is almost beyond the reach of therapy and medication. I say that jokingly because.
Oh, I know. Right on. I talk about the Appetite for Distortion podcast, about therapy. It's kind of why I did Guns N' Roses podcast, because more about the music, because they're all kind of have been through stuff, addiction and everything. So that's something I talk about, and I love those storylines and Tales from the Crypt. And for those who don't know, because Vinny had to remind me, I was telling him before he popped on, I grew up on Tales from the Crypt. I'm 39. He's 41. But I go back and I just found myself, I was actually just rewatching Bordello of Blood, the movie that you worked on as well. But since they worked on, you wrote it. And I remember those. I remember Demon Knight, but I'm watching the episodes. I'm like, I remember nothing. It's crazy. So I'm like, I've been on a crazy binge watch this past week because I just moved in, just getting, everything situated, just been watching nothing but Tales from the Crypt pretty much. And just like, wow, this person's in this episode, this person. So if you're not familiar, because when I posted this on Appetite for Distortion and Appetite for Horror, I know that can be confusing, sorry. It's In the Groove. That was the episode. What was that, like season 4? Might have been season 4. That should be on IMDb. Where is it?
I forget which season.
Yeah.
It was probably 5,
Okay, yeah, I
maybe
know why.
6.
Yeah, for some reason it's telling me it went in air December 21st, 1994. And let me see if you can hear this, because I'm going to play the clip of just the small part of Slash.
Oh, cool.
Oh, he's special. You know what? I'm gonna get my 10
Don't come back! Jesus, you believe that chick?
Security. Like you need it.
Up yours, pal. What'd you get last quarter?
30 share. What'd you get, mama's boy?
And he mouths "Mama's boy" again,
Yeah.
and he's wearing the top hat. So that was it. It's on YouTube if you want to watch it, but it's a brilliant actor, and unfortunately, he's since passed away.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I'm like, why am I forgetting? I should get his name up here too, but I'm being stupid. Why is he not coming up?
Miguel, right?
Miguel Ferrer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Miguel Ferreira. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. What is the IMDb picture? Did not look like him. I'm like, is that him? Yeah, Miguel Ferreira. I remember him so much from Hot Shots Part 2. That's what I remember him from mostly. But he's a brilliant actor. And Slash as Hank. So how did you come up with Hank for Slash? Do you remember that? Because I
Boy,
think that's
you-
that's one of the
that-
funniest
that-
parts. He's Hank.
That was whoa, that was so many blackouts ago.
I'm sure. But and before I forget this terrible joke, because the only other Guns N' Roses connection I can think of is Tales from the Crypt. I don't think Gilbert Adler is related to Steven Adler, but I saw the Adler. I'm Vinny's smiling. He's laughing.